What up, people? It's your boy, Master Chudy, out here with another comic review. So, we got The Flash, number 41, of the Perfect Storm arc. Last Flash standing. We now saw the last issue that Barry had his power stripped from him by Gorilla Grodd, and at the end told Wally West, the OG, that he needs to take on the mantle, that he's the Flash now of Central City. But let's get into it. So, we're in Central City, lightning everywhere. We see Grodd. And we just see Grodd. It's like it is Lord Grodd, Negative Flash. If you decide to keep your negative Speed Force powers, you will remember that, Mina. It won't happen again. Multiplex is close to completing your lightning rod, Lord Grodd. But Flash's sidekicks stole the wand. Without it, it would be impossible to control the Speed Force storm. Like, I'm not worried, Raijin. The wand will come to us. Trust me. It's like, I know the Flash better than he knows himself, so we see Barry struggling. The art's different now, a lot more better, in my opinion. So we just see that Barry's struggling. He wants to get his speed back. They're trying to test him out, but he's like, nothing is happening. So he's like, "You're right, Barry. Look at the, look at look at this girl, man. She's drawn very well. It's like your connection to the Speed Force is gone. Whatever Grodd did, you're once again powerless member of the human race." And Kid Flash is like, "You okay, man?" "Yeah, I think so, Kid Flash. There's some like super small traces of Speed Force is still in your system. I can't tell if they are from exposure or what. My guess is that some lingering residue in your biochemistry that is keeping you from being frozen in time, like the rest of Central City, but it's going to wear off." It's like, "Mina, Dr. Dwan, she taught me when she was training up here, before she went on negative flashback on us, you know?" It's like, so yeah, Avery, that's her name. It's like, "Are you okay if we run more tests, Flash? I'm not the Flash anymore, Avery, so please, call me Barry." And Kid Flash is like, "How can you be so chill? That's like that giant angry gorilla stole your powers." It's like, "Grodd said he's dying. That disease is raging through his body, and the Speed Force is the only cure, and I believe him. But before that, he always felt that the Speed Force belonged to him. He killed for it. We can't let him scare us. How are we going to stop him without you, Barry?" And he's like, "I'm flattered, Wallace, but I don't. He'll have to get through me, Kid Flash." We just see the OG, Wally West, bust in. It's like, "This Flash won't let Grodd or his army get anywhere near us. Just did a whole recon of the whole city, and Black Hole is super occupied with the lightning rod, not looking for us. If I had to guess, they're waiting on us to come after them." "If you hadn't gotten here when you did, Wally, I would have figured something out, Barry. You say, figure something out, Barry. You always do. Not this time. There's so much we need to talk about, but right now Century City needs you to be the Flash." You see, Black Hole's lightning rod is draining speed from everything in Central City. If it gets to full power and is triggered by Raijin's lightning rod, it will engulf the entire world and steal all the Speed Force, including ours. It's like, that must be why the Black Hole had Carver killed. They didn't want him telling anyone about their plans. So yeah, the guy who was in that truck is like, "I love having these powers, and no one should die because of them, but I also don't want to lose them. Right when I'm starting to get the hang of them." It's like, "Me too. When Godspeed was killing speedsters, I was willing to sacrifice the Speed Force, but now they're part of who I am. And now I've made a difference working with the Justice League in China. Is it selfish I don't want to give it up?" It's like, "It's not, Avery. We will stop Grodd long before he takes your powers. We have to." Jesse, and the computers Mina created study the original Speed Force storm and its impact, but Grodd's storm is different, more chaotic. The lightning rod isn't just stealing speed, it's slowing everything down to a crawl. If Central City hits an absolute zero, it'll kill every single person within city limits. Heck, we need to evacuate the city, Barry, like now. I'll get moving. Ping me on the radio if you learn anything else. Jesse, hold the phone, tourist. You've been gone a long time. You don't know Central City like I do. Please. I call this town for years, Kid Flash. Who is this guy? So Amy's like asking who this guy is, and it's like it's complicated. It's like, "We can still clear out the city faster if we come with you." It's like, "No, Wally, right now, right." Wally's right, but I need you both to leave. Grodd is dangerous, and he's going to be looking for you, especially if you stay on the run and not in Central City. And Wally's like, "What? No way." It's like, "Not this time. I'm not letting you send me away again. You need." It's like, "Now." It's like, "Flash. So it's like that, huh? All the times you told me to run, you never told me to run away from a fight. Just when I thought we were cool again." So they run off. Boom. So you just see Kid Flash. You just see the original Wally West. Like they only wanted to help Barry. I remember when I was. I remember what that was like. I know you're worried, but you could have been. I don't know, nicer about it. It's like they don't need nice Wally. I know what they need for me to be the Flash, and I know exactly how to get that back. It's like Barry. I keep saying that. Barry, you keep saying that I'm the Flash again, but it sounds like you don't trust me to. It's like this wand must be the key in some way. Avery said there were still traces of Speed Force inside me, right? Maybe if I can adjust the wand, I might be able to plug it into the jumping rod and get a jump start. It's like, what if it backfires and you give Grant exactly what he wants? Barry, you gotta destroy that wand. It's like my powers. Without them, me getting the Speed Force back is our only hope. So we can see him faltering. He really feels insecure without his powers. And we just see Watt's like, oh wow, what did Grodd say to you, man? I know firsthand that he can get into your head, twist your every thought into a nightmare. And just being Barry's like, I'm fine. I'm just so slow, I need time. You can work to evacuate the city. Find Iris while Barry, you need to take a step back on this. It's like, I built a treadmill that can travel through time. I can handle a fancy lightning bolt. Barry. And we just see a guy like who needs his fix. Like, I need it, Wally. So we just see them already staring each other down. What looks to be the prelude to the Flash Wars. Like, you want tied? You got it. Fine. So he leaves, and Avery and Wally are like, Flash is totally. It's like Flash told us to leave the city. It's like, were you going to listen to him? Yeah, no. Exactly. So let's help this big brother of yours evacuate the city. Nah, I have a better idea. So they're like, Mina is working with Grodd, right? But Mina can track speedsters. That's her special gift with the Speed Force. It's how we met in the first place. So you're saying that if Mina really wanted to find us, she could have done it a long time ago, and she didn't? Exactly. Broad totally has her brainwashed. We're going to snap her out of it. So we just see the original Wally West is like, Kid Flash says he knows the streets of Central City better than me. Well, I could tell him the name of the street I'm on just by the feel of the concrete on my foot. But Central City is more than streets to me. I know the people. This flower shop is the oldest in Central City. Mr. Carson inherited from his father after returning home from Vietnam. I bought Linda flowers here on her first date. Mr. Carson could see I was nervous, so he gave me a discount. And he said, don't get the roses. Everyone gets the roses. That's nice. Get her tulips. So you just see, what? Where am I? So he's just going through the whole city. Tulips turned out to be Linda's favorite flower, and I've picked up flowers there ever since. Even when I made a detour all the way from Keystone. Sorry, sir. Let me get those. Be right back. I wonder if he'd remember me. Or would Mr. Carson be like the rest of the world, where I'm just a lost memory? I can't think about that now. Now when Central City's in danger. But it's great to see familiar faces. To be a hero in Central City again. It's like, I'm sure this is all very scary, but you're safe now. And you just see, I always, I always be Keystone, but I miss this city. And we see that Barry is failing, and it broke. And so he's like, damn it. It's like, though not as much as I miss Aunt Iris. So we just see Iris West is trapped. She wasn't just an aunt to me, she raised me. It's like, during some tough times, taught me about helping people long before I was struck by lightning in Barry's lab. Not long before ago, Barry and Kid Flash told me Iris killed Eobald and thought in self-defense. She's been having nightmares about it. It's been hard on her, but ever since I escaped the Speed Force, I've avoided her. I haven't always been there for her. It's like, we just see Flash. We just see Raijin with multiplex, like, oh, it's just you, the pretender. We were told Iris West might be a target to catch the real Flash. However, Lord Grodd demanded we collect his sidekicks as well. And just see, sidekick? Oh, hell no. It's like, if you tell us where the lightning rod is, we'll spare the West woman. You won't even get close to her. It's like, you want the Flash? You got him. So, meanwhile, it's like, so they do need that lightning rod, which means I have to get back to Barry and tell him to get it away from Central City as far as possible. So we see Barry talking to himself saying, Wally didn't know me until after I was the Flash, and I don't want him to ever meet that version of me, the one before the powers. Every time I've had to break into Iron Heights, I've hated it, but I'm desperate. So we see him, it's like, without my powers, I'm just as broken as the wand. Kristen Kramer, a great friend and partner, if she knew what I was doing right now, she'd be disappointed. She'd tell me I was making a huge mistake. And she's like, I'm sorry. So he hits the override to a cell. And she says, but in order to bring back the good of the Flash, I have to bring back a little bad too. And when Jesse Black Hole is back and they've attacked Central City. I believed you when you said I believed you when you told me you wanted redemption. But Central City needs you now. I need you now. Please, will you help me? And we just say Godspeed. Godspeed's like, of course, Barry. That's what friends are for. And so after almost a plethora of issues, Godspeed returns to his glory. So this is another nice issue. Give us an 8.5 out of 10. We see Wally and Barry are already having their disagreements. We see that Barry feels so out of touch, so out of place, that he really needs his powers to feel like he can function as a human being, that he can be loved and appreciated because of the powers, because of the Speed Force. So, and it's causing him to be desperate, and he was desperate enough to break out Godspeed out of all Iron Heights. So once again, thank y'all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notifications. Make sure you're notified. Once again, I do these reviews for you, the people, because I want to discuss good comics and get your views on them. Thank y'all for watching. I should have more videos tomorrow.